Hello, 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 and welcome. Hello, Sup Shan, and welcome to this Final Boss Fight live stream of D&D. My name is John, and I am joined by the Angel Games player.
Ooh.
By... Hello, Queen Creeps, who has just cheered with 500 bits. Hello, 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 and welcome in. I am also joined by Obsolete Goat.
Hello. Are we using Mustang Arts rules today for the combat wheelchair? I think again Mustang Arts for letting us use them.
And I'm going to introduce Obsolete Goat again so he can take part in the fun bit we're doing.
I'm joining from Jersey, the Jersey Devil. It is me, the Goat Man.
I am joined by the Rogue Trader Enthusiast.
You've heard of Mothman? Now there's Moth Dragon.
And finally, for the moment, we are joined by Smitty.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
And soon, hopefully-ish, soon, in about an hour and 20 minutes, we're going to be joined by Christy. Who wants to handle... Queen Creep says, Hi, I'm the new main character. Who wants to handle the recap for what happened last time?
I'll do it.
Everybody volunteer at once.
Yeah, don't all have enthusiasm. Rogue, take it away.
Cool. So last session we went back to see the Kuatoa after fighting various seafood creations, and we made our way. Bumped into a bunch of drow. And for once we engaged in an act of self-control and let Nefira and Wall talk to them. Because
yay!
We apparently that's the sensible thing to do now. At which point they went, "Oh right, yeah, we'll let you pass, but we got a way out of here, but there's a." I'm trying not to swear. There's a slight lightning beast problem.
There's a big honking dragon in that cave.
It's big, it's blue, and it goes. I don't know if that came through the microphone or not.
More or less.
So, after a little bit of a confab, we had a very cool fight where we had Gark using his big old immunity to lightning damage to essentially grapple its face shut. A whole bunch of fighting. Sadly, Nuri getting absolutely blasted by lightning breath. Sad times for Nuri.
Right.
But they're alive. They're alive. They're not dead. Not R.I.P.
Oya did probably the highest amount of damage I will ever do in any D&D game ever.
You've got some leveling up to do, so don't, never say never.
It was fun.
So far.
Toya was brutal. Vaacin had some fun with some smites. It was a good time. It was a very good time.
And then Lara. It's not her fault. You'd think these monsters should have realized by now. Don't hit the girlfriend of the crazy cat lady.
But somehow, despite not being one who took any damage, Vaacin got a big old blue mark on his shoulder.
Yep.
And then accidentally electrocuted Gark.
You may not have done any damage to the... you may not have taken any damage from it, but you did do the killing blow.
No, Wall did the killing blow.
Wall did the killing blow.
You did the being in the way of the killing blow.
You were near the killing blow.
You were hit by the killing blow.
I was the resonant frequency of lightning. There we go. At which point, we killed it. The drow wizard who accidentally summoned this thing got so close to killing Toya. So very close. Like, genuinely, I think they were about to snap before there was interventions. But we then started skinning, gutting, and generally stuffing the corpse of an adult blue dragon into a bag of holding. At which point we then, I think, were either just about to or just had activated the portal.
Yeah, heading back up to the surface.
You did indeed activate the portal, and you have made your way through it. You arrived on the other side of the portal at the very familiar location. You had activated this side of the portal previously, but a voice had barred your access to it. From here,
It's nice to get the voice of the administrator.
yes. From that location, you have now made your way back up to the surface. Vaacin, you had on your last entry into the mines or into the dungeon.
Oh, yes.
By my notes, and I assume these to be accurate at the moment, you had placed a platinum piece on yourself, and so get a platinum piece and a half back, so 1.5 platinum pieces.
That's 5 gold? Platinum and 5?
Platinum
Yes.
and 5. You had also placed a platinum on Toya, returning safely for Toya.
Ah.
And so, Toya,
Yeah?
you get 1 platinum and 5 gold pieces.
Ooh.
Gark had placed 200 gold on himself. And so we'll get 300 gold back again. I will
I totally didn't completely forget.
I will remind Gark of this next time, and if I forget, somebody else here can remind me. And Nefira, you placed 10 gold on yourself, and so you get 15 gold back again.
Hooray!
And now I'm going to delete those so that I don't mess that up and think that's what the current standings are next time you do this.
I'm curious, do they have, like, you know how, like, you have in the film Deadpool, they have the Deadpool with the odds on, like, the individuals dying. Like, is it something like that? Is there, like, a chalkboard with all of our odds on it?
You haven't seen one, but that doesn't mean there isn't one hiding away somewhere.
Toya's is probably constantly at 0 just because she's that crazy. Just like, we have absolutely no faith that this bitch is gonna survive.
There's really good odds on a wizard.
So, you are back on the surface. It is, I'm going to say at this point, early to mid-afternoon. There are 2 quest lines before we move on to other things that you can be doing. There are 2 quest lines that you had completed. That you just need to alert the person that you were you had taken the quest from to that completion.
Oh, yeah, we got the throne.
The throne of the coronal. Volo just needs to be told of its location. And then similarly, I can't remember if this was a specific to Nefira quest or if others had known of it as well. But the search for Crescendo Rojnia has also been completed. So while
I know that's there, so I guess it was a party one.
While you are on the surface, would you like to complete those quests?
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it would be a good idea.
Well, when the Yawning Portal's collecting winnings, we can say hi to Volo. As collective players of Baldur's Gate, we can also gouge out his eye whilst we're here.
I mean, you guys play Baldur's Gate.
As someone who's not played Baldur's Gate, I would still like to gouge out Volo's eyeballs because he's annoying.
I want to play Baldur's Gate, but I don't know if my computer will handle it. So I kind of need to ask. I need to talk to certain people that I know who are really good with computers because I'm not. So, John.
We can look into that at a time when I'm not in the middle of doing something else.
No, I know.
Little busy now.
Really? What are you doing? I mean,
not much.
I know you don't seem all that busy. You don't seem all that busy.
But also, yes, I would like to gouge Volo's eye out. Damn him.
See, now I want to play just to find out who Volo is.
He wrote a guide to monsters. It's fine. He's definitely 100% accurate.
Yep.
Definitely.
You can very easily and quickly find Volo having a drink in the Yawning Portal and inform him of the location of the throne. And I'm going to mark off on the thing that you have completed. On the quest tracker, you have completed that quest. He thanks you and asks if you are still staying at Trollskull Manor, as he will be sure that the elves are going to want to reward you for that information.
I mean, I ain't moved.
So he thanks you, finishes his drink, and leaves the Yawning Portal.
Wait, he's literally not paying us anything?
He said that he is sure that you will be thanked later.
Delayed payment. He's paying us. He's paying us in reputation. That's what he's doing.
Nefira, shortly after your return to the surface, you can find Esvele.
Yep, I shall hunt her down.
She is saddened to learn of the death of her brother. But thanks you for the information. And thanks you for returning his ring to her. And states that this puts you in her debt.
And one day I shall collect it. Fly high and stoop swift.
And one day I will turn off this alarm that is going off.
Distraction. Hi. Pay no attention to the alarm behind the curtain.
Cool. And again, I will mark off that you have now completed the search for Crescendo Rojna. You head back to Trollskull, and spend a however restful night you wish to spend, nursing your wounds, drinking in your tavern establishment, heading back to your shop and doing any amount of blacksmithing. Delete as appropriate for your character.
Are you going to be okay at your workshop? Because last time you were there was a bad time.
I feel that you're like asking this as like was going to the workshop. It's like, I mean, I should probably check in on Chakov, and start work on the dragon. My debt's currently up to date, apparently. So, I just need to get some money together, and hopefully they don't come by anytime soon. But no, I should have some earnings from the shop, so should be fine.
I wouldn't mess with the dragon too much, because if we're going home, they'll be able to handle it.
Okay. That's fine. You're don't take this like a weird way or anything. But your temple, is the ground hollow there? Like, has it been blessed and stuff?
I mean, only the Grand Temple, as far as I know. I'm glad you clarified, because otherwise I would have said, like, yeah, it is technically hollow, because there are caves.
It's like, it's like, no, I don't have some kind of aversion to caves. It's just I mean,
You don't like
know,
sacred ground?
if we're gonna go,
You'll
this
be
is really
fine.
I know, but this is could you send he's just like really awkward. He's like, I'm not sure that you're the right person to ask for this, but could you send Nefira by the shop at some point?
Hey, Nefira, on the other side of the street.
What? I could feel the bed calling me from here.
It's like, you're a half elf. You only half need the sleep.
The rest of me wants the comfort. What's up?
It's like,
Can we leave?
It's like, maybe, please.
Alright, come on, Toya, let's get some food. I want some noodles. I haven't had noodles in like days.
I know. I mean, the rations aren't terrible, but there's just no flavor to them. I swear they do that on purpose.
Oh, now I want like some honey spice noodles and we trail off.
Like,
Brown sugar roasted spider legs.
like, Nefira, you don't owe me anything for the sword, but I really need to get, if we're gonna go to this temple, I'm probably gonna be having a bad time given what I am there, so if you know anyone who has anything that can help with, in inverted commas, pain relief, I'll give you whatever I earn from the dragon.
I'll have a dig into some connections and see what I can do.
Okay, don't tell Vaacin. I want to be there and support him, but at the same time, though I want to be there mentally, physically, I would rather not be there. You know how it is.
Yeah, I get you.
Cool. If the sword gives you any more bother, come by the shop and I'll see if I can make any adjustments if need be. I'm gonna go and see how Chekhov's doing.
Yeah.
He just
I'll let you as you walk away, it's like, I'll let you hammer out the kinks on it later.
It's like, thanks. You'll roll off very awkwardly. Like Walcott make like an exit that's like subtle because he has to do like a 3-point turn.
Not quite reached action movie levels of wheelchair use.
Yeah.
Action movie levels of wheelchair use are probably not going to happen because the best level of wheelchair use was in the horrifying live-action American Sailor Moon thing, where it was a space wheelchair that flew around and shot rockets.
I'm not going to derail it, but there's a very, very cool action scene involving an assassin who uses a wheelchair, and it's absolutely amazing. I'll have to send you the video.
The
Yes, you
noodles are cooked to perfection. The brown sugar roasted spider legs, not so existent on the surface at the moment. But they do serve the noodles with some form of sweet roasted meats.
Okay, fine.
I mean, crackling's crackling. It's good.
That's true. That's true. I mean,
Oh god, it's stuck. It's stuck. I can't. Can you
Can you
get
tell?
that? Can you
Yeah.
get that? Yeah, it's
Here.
right there at the back.
yeah, I got it. Hold still, goddammit. Hold on. Okay, just let me know. I'm gonna tap carefully first so I don't accidentally hook your gum with my claw here. Is that it? I got it?
That's it.
There we go.
The night.
Okay. Chew at the front.
The night comes and goes, and you can take a long rest.
Hooray!
Some of the characters need that a lot more than others.
Yup.
Rest. Take a long rest.
Nuri just recovered 52 hit points.
Holy moly.
Just about more than 52 hit points.
As you do.
She just needed a bit of a nap.
Nap. It'd be nap.
Oh wait, Zara probably needs a long rest as well. Oh no, Zara's fine. Ick, also fine. Excellent. Oh no, Ick is down a hit dice, so he gets a long rest and should recover that hit dice. How's Zara doing on hit dice? Perfectly fine. You have a long rest, and the following morning, who is the first to wake up at Trollskull?
Probably not Toya because she's curled around Zara, clinging to her like ivy. She's just like monkey.
I'm also then going to rule out Zara being the first to wake up because there is a cat on her.
No, see, Zara wakes up with just this sloth koala thing dangling off her side. She's just so used to it at this point.
Just accepts it and goes back to sleep.
Yeah. People just look at her and they're like, yeah, that checks out.
It'll probably be Nefira that wakes up first, as always.
Nefira, there is a knock at the door.
How early in the morning?
Not like crack of dawn time, a little bit before standard like shop opening hours. So like 8:30, 8 o'clock sort of time.
Freya's going to sit there with a cup of coffee for the first time in ages. Opens the door. What? It is far too early.
Good morning. You assisted with the throne, and it's Volo.
Oh, come in, Rolo.
My compatriots wish to express their gratitude by presenting you with this. And he pulls out a beautifully crafted wooden longbow.
Ooh.
And an elven quiver containing 20 silvered arrows.
Could have done with that yesterday, but thank you.
And he hands it to you. I don't know if this is something that you can use or something that you would prefer to display somewhere, but it is yours to do with as you wish, or distribute amongst your compatriots as you so desire.
Cool, thanks, big man. Is there anything else you want us to go looking for down in Undermountain?
I mean, I can think of nothing at the moment, but should the needs arise, I know where to come to. It'll be you.
Be sure you do. Just remember, drink more in here than in Yawning Portal. Yawning Portal gets enough business.
Noted. You have a fine-looking tap room. Nefira, you take with this, Volo leaves, because you are not yet open.
Yep.
You head out, you take a look at the bow, and you can see that carved along the fabulous, well-crafted longbow is the elven runes that read this.
Ooh. I can't read out, but still.
Ooh. Okay, I was waiting for it to say dragon slaying, at which point I had a thing prepared in my head.
Which you can choose
like
to
a guy-
share with the party or not.
I feel like a guy giving a dragon type a dragon slaying weapon is kind of rude, but I mean, do you, I guess?
I will share it with them if they ask. I'm gonna figure out somewhere to display it. Because I don't think I could use longbows.
I think anyone in the party can use longbows.
I think I can.
Vaacin can. Yeah.
Oh, you can, yeah. Ooh, range smites.
Sadly, no. Smites by rules do require it to be a melee attack.
Weak.
It was very nearly an oversight in the first version of the D&D Next Unearthed Arcana, and frankly, I kind of love the idea of playing a range smited in.
It'll be
Very
so
fun.
broken, but I love it.
As the morning
I think-
wears...
So I do actually now have proficiency in martial weapons. Haha!
Oh, nice.
Ah, nice. I think, yeah, shortly after all that, I think Vaacin will probably be, of the normal sleeping pattern humanoids, is the first, it does get up. And it's very much sort of like bleary-eyed. He's got a dressing gown and the little, like, lightning bolt and dragon underpants on, and just like
Aw.
looking for brown potion.
If you want coffee, there's a fresh brewed pot on the side.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. No lightning. Bad. All night, whenever I was reaching for something in my room, I burnt half the stuff in my room. Do you know how annoying it is to tell your arm not to grab things earlier than it can?
No, I've never really had that problem.
Neither have I till today.
Anyway, Velo dropped by and we got some cool stuff.
Oh. Big sack of gold, diamonds, gems.
This holds up the elven longbow and the quiver of arrows. A bow and arrow set.
Why do I have a feeling that Volo took a very large commission? Because, like, we found a throne. You know what?
Your guess is as good as mine. I'm debating it taking it next time we go down or just putting it on display.
Anything special about it? Like, I can't read Elven, but there's a bit of a scroll.
It's just the saying. A true friend has the trees and the water are true friends. Sorry, I'll
Sorry,
say
say
that again.
that
'Cause
again?
I realised a true friend has the trees and the water are true friends.
Huh.
I don't know if there's anything cool. I can't do super magic.
I suppose, like, arrows and bows. I'd kind of like trees and water. An arrow is useless without a bow. And trees need water?
I don't know. I mean, I didn't ask him what it did. I suspect he had no idea either.
Well, the others aren't up. Do you want to go try in the backyard?
There is no backyard.
Okay, out back. You know what I mean.
I
Not in
would
the
not object to
middle.
firing arrows in here at a target on the wall. We do have a dartboard.
Okay, let me get the dartboard. Basically, like, just gets like a big wooden table, turns it over, and sticks the dartboard on it. Puts it like on the longest stretch of room that we have, and like stands aside so that Nefiro can take a shot.
I don't want to use the arrows that he's given me. They're fancy arrows. Yeah, have you got any plain arrows?
Let me just check. No, sorry. There's gotta be some in this house.
Yeah, what's the ghost name again?
Oh god, that's a good question, isn't it?
Apart from my brain wants to say Jeeves, but I know it's not Jeeves.
I think it starts with an L.
I thought it was an F name.
It's in my notes. 1 second.
Wait, I haven't tried my lightning. No, I shouldn't use a javelin of lightning indoors. That's a bad idea.
Lif. L-I-F.
Liv, do we have any arrows hidden in this house somewhere? And if we do, could you bring them here? We want to practice with something before we open. Oh, dang it, why isn't Vodo here? We could try with his stupid hat. Winner gets the feather.
A few moments pass, and a couple of arrows land on a table.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ick
And then
comes
we
down the
proceed to take
stairs.
pot shots at a dartboard.
Ick comes down the stairs following the arrows. You could have asked.
I didn't realise you had arrows, Ick. I gave you a crossbow and bolts, not bow and arrows.
I had arrows before.
Sorry, I didn't take note. Alright, clear the rage.
Have you? What?
Yeah, basically just sort of like grabs Ick and just pulls him out of the way.
He
Ick is full, like, in midair, dangling.
It shrieks as he hurtles across the room, and then as soon as he is put down again in safety, questions if you've both had breakfast yet or if that needs to be cooked.
Oh, that'd probably be good. It's bad to do archery on just coffee.
He heads off into the kitchen to start cooking you breakfast.
This guy's life flashed before his eyes, and all he can think about is food.
He's got his priorities.
Gobbling it off from my own heart.
Big mood.
But yes, does
Did you
Bo
stop
do
trying
anything
to kill
fancy?
yourself on stream?
Never.
Oh, wonderful DM. Does the bow do anything fancy when we fire arrows from it?
The bow is a very nicely made bow, but it is not any form of magic, unfortunately.
Wait, no, you're wrong. There's one fancy thing it does. Twang.
It does have a very nice twang.
Okay, I'm done being silly for now.
Oh, that's enough playing with this twanger.
I'd have a go, but well, that's my string hand. I'd just gestures with his right hand. I don't want to break it.
And that's fine. You're not going to break it because you're not going to have a go. Not until the lightning thing gets under control.
I mean, I'm sure someone at the temple will be able to figure it out. It's only a few days' trek. Plus, we gotta go there before that dragon rots. I don't know how time works in a bag of holding, but I'm pretty sure if we just leave it in there, one, Wall will eat it. Two, it'll go off. Not necessarily in that order.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Although, you saying about going to the temple, you've reminded me I need to do something this morning. And if Vera's just going to poke his head into the kitchen, just go, Ick, you and Wolf are in charge.
It took a lot of pushing.
So what would you like to do, Nefira?
Vera's going to nip into town and chat up various folks in a very subtle / not subtly way of means of getting round Hallow.
Okay.
And if anyone asks, it's like, I'm going somewhere and I just don't want to poof on fire when I enter into a nice church.
Roll me an... investigation or persuasion?
I'm going to go with persuasion because that's actually higher.
Is this the part where we all start singing, I don't want to set the world, myself on fire?
A wonderful 24.
You spend a few hours wandering around and asking in shady places about how to avoid the hallowed ground. Most of the advice that you get boils down to don't go there.
I have to go there for a job. So I just need a means of making sure I don't burst into flames when I walk into the door.
Learn the float ability and just don't touch the ground.
You eventually find someone who at best is described as vaguely human.
Dear.
Scabs at the corner of their mouth, eyes that don't focus on anything in particular, but also don't focus on the same thing with either eye. Grime covers the whatever outfit they had put on at some point. Varying layers of grime cover different varying layers of outfit. And he looks up at you and also at the person 3 alleyways over. Do you spice?
Pepper or coriander?
No, real spice.
No, I don't have any real spice.
You wish to avoid the hollow. You will be able to with some of this. It will take away any feeling of uncomfortability from being in somewhere you should not be. And he pulls out a small pouch of like dried leaves.
Is this guy's cure to being hallowed eating Szechuan spices?
That looks like something I would throw on the roast dinner in the oven.
He's good. You will, maybe if job is important for you to remember things, is not a good idea to take all of bag. But you'll have a good time and maybe not remember it.
Oh, I want to incite him so much. I don't trust it. Permission to insight, DM.
Insight away.
A 13.
He is difficult to read. He's a sketchy person in a back alley you found wearing nothing that's newer than he is. Everything that he is wearing looks to be at least second or third hand. He is unable to focus. He could be giving you some leaves he found on a tree. Or it might do what he says and help you out. It's somewhat 50-50.
If he is going to be selling me cooking spices, I'll just go to Market Street and grab some.
I'm giving
Done
you
with
real
swindlers.
spices. Not the
Nope,
stuff
done with
they
you,
give.
crazy one. Back to your back alley. Go on, shoot.
I'm human. And he sort of disappears backwards into the alley on unsteady feet. And just sort of
sampling too much was product.
slumps into the shadows and sort of blends into the background in a way that maybe he was always a trash pile in the corner.
The first stands there with a look of, I don't know whether I'm annoyed or pleased that he called me human and not half-elf.
Oh, he called himself human.
Okay. I don't know if it's like an insult to me. It's like, okay. Oh, and then, well, Navira's gonna head back to Wall and just give him an update of like, tried searching around, found a crazy old man with leaves.
Wall has obviously been working like a good majority of the evening. It was like, did you get the leaves or were they no good?
I don't know. I don't do magic aside from that magic. And it looks like the kind of stuff I'd throw on a roast dinner.
Like,
So, no.
Like, okay, not ideal, but I don't know how long Vaacin wants to wait. Thank you though.
Well, Vaacin doesn't want to wait too long, because he doesn't want the dragon rotting.
No,
Or you
of course.
eating it, or both.
Yeah, I did really want to sample it, but I've been resisting. Thanks though.
I do too. I want to cook it. I want to know what happens.
Yes, I definitely was thinking about cooking it. But yeah, no, thank you anyways. I'll see what happens. Let me know when you guys are heading out, and I'll get Chakov set up over here so I can join you.
Will do. Do you want me to have Ick run over a bacon sandwich for you? Because it looks like you haven't eaten in a while.
Yeah, I really wouldn't mind a snack.
Is that the sandwich or egg?
Like, it comes out like, oh, thank God, it's fucking rip his head off. R.I.P. Ick.
I don't know what happened. We
Ignominious
want to go see Wall, and he's vanished.
He went to a farm.
He went.
He went to a farm in Neverwinter.
You head back, and Ick runs over a plate of bacon sandwiches to Wall's shop.
Nice.
Whilst Nafira's been out and about, can Vaacin have been spending time like trying to organize like essentially travel? Like he's trying to find like a place where you can hire a cart and like buy, and he's getting the supplies for traveling because he knows what the terrain's like. He knows what he needs. He's just gonna have been out and out doing that.
Okay. Yeah, that seems reasonable. Just gonna have a quick look in the book.
Have a look in the book. I don't know why, but that just has a rhythm for me.
So, a carriage, and a horse, would normally be 175 gold to purchase.
Is there a rental carriage? Kurt's rent a carriage.
Kurt's rent a carriage. I will say that shopping around for a bit of the time that a bit of the time that you have free, you manage to find someone who will loan you a horse and carriage large enough to carry the party.
Oh, fantastic.
With a down payment of 100 gold that you will get back on safe return of vehicle and horse.
So 100 gold. Oh God, that's nearly all of Vacin's money. I'm not a rich man. Yeah, I think Vaacin definitely hisses it like one of those like sort of, oh, that's a lot of money. But yep, I've gone from 4 platinum and 68 gold to 8 gold.
As you hiss, there's like a crackle down your arm.
No. Don't mind. Sorry. It'll be fine. I can drive a cart. It's okay. Just you. Whilst looking at his arm.
And this random man you're trying to hire the cart from just thinks you're absolutely insane.
Yeah, Vaacin sort of just puts on like he tries to do a charming smile to just sort of like calm the guy down. Just like, it's okay, everything's fine.
Nothing to be suspicious about at all. Don't
What's the
I
hell-
look trustworthy?
What's your what's it called?
Nope.
This is Scout.
Oh, lovely name. And Vaacin pats him with his left hand. Very specifically his left hand. Oh.
Just to make sure it doesn't blow up the horse.
Just me.
Okay, shall we say what, a week's time at Troll Skull? And I'll return it to you then?
This is fine.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. So yeah, Vaacin gives him the money and leads Scout in the carriage back to Troll Skull. Slightly like, oh god, that's all my money.
At about the time you're waking up, Nuri is waking up and Toya wakes up. You hear the sound of a horse clip-clopping down Troll Skull, which, you know, isn't unusual, but the fact that it stops outside the outside Troll Skull manor itself is a bit more out of the ordinary.
Jesus, I never thought tying a string of leather would be difficult with one hand. Ah! Oh, give in. No. I'm gonna burn this. I'm gonna burn the reins. No, I'm gonna do it eventually. Like, this is all very audible from outside, as Vacin's like tying up the horse.
The Fro's gonna come out a bit more dressed up. It's like, why have you got a horse?
Well, if we're gonna go to the temple, we need a horse and cart. It's a 3-day trip. Bad enough that like it'll be a hard walk for most of you. Like, I've done the walk. I'd be fine, but like, Walt's in a wheelchair.
I am well aware that Walt's in a wheelchair.
So I got a carriage.
We have connections. We could have got a nicer carriage.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I can't actually remember why I wanted to go to the temple. Zara, do you remember?
You want to support your friend.
Also,
Yeah,
there was
I
blue dragon scales. You wanted armor.
Yeah, you said that someone at the temple could make me armor. Okay, cool. Yep, nope, let's go to the temple then. I'm all for that.
Also, dragon heart stew from the kitchens at the temple is something that can't be missed.
Oh, that sounds so good. No offense.
We cook it. It's great. I've had it before.
I know, but like, isn't that cannibalism?
Okay, that you can apologize for. And Vaacin stops shouting up to Toya's window and just goes inside.
Isn't it though?
Dragonborn and dragon are not the same thing.
I know, but I feel like if you're even tangentially related, that you run into this problem of cannibalism.
mammals eat mammals.
True.
So it's speciesism.
I
Circle
suppose
of
I could
life.
eat it. Okay, fair.
Anyway, so how soon do you want to go?
I mean, no time like the present. I mean, I've got it for a week. Like I said, I'd bring it back here in a week. It's 2-3 days each way. That gives us what? Maybe a day, 2 at the temple tops.
Given a week in Faerun is 10 days.
Oh, sorry, yeah, 10 days. So we got plenty of time. We got time to be
4
there.
days to play with. It was a 3-day trip there and a 3-day trip back.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we give it a day? Because then it gives Wall a chance to sort his shop out and
Yeah, that
Yeah.
works. That works for
We'll-
me.
I'll need to do orders and things for Troll Skull. It has been a while.
To be honest, I could go. It might be nice just to spend a day doing a bit of a jog. Get a handle on this. Hoya,
Yes.
do you want to jog the walls with me?
Like just run along them, or are we gonna be doing chaos?
Just jogging.
Hey,
Yeah,
good to
sure.
see
Why the hell not?
See, I guess Vaacin organizes going on a nice long jog around the city walls with Toya.
Fair.
Who has to actively prevent setting fires? Toya, stop. Toya, no. Put the lighter down. Where did you even get that?
I'm just gonna roll a d6 for how many times I have to use lightning lure on you over the course of the day. Only twice. I only have to use lightning lure on you twice.
I mean, I
yeah,
would
because
also.
all the other times you don't notice her setting the fires.
Yeah.
I'd also point out that every so often Toya just bolts off ahead of you.
It easy, me.
And I will catch up. At least once.
Would you guys like to fill Christy in on what has been happening and what the plans are? I will be back in just a moment.
We're setting fires.
Toya is setting fires.
I love how
Toya's
she
being
just
stopped from setting fires.
just completely accepts that. No questions asked. I love it. Okay, that's what we're doing today.
Short version, we've come back up to the surface. We slept. You gained an ungodly amount of hit points.
Me or everybody?
You, because you
Okay.
had all that damage from last time.
Or healed now.
Yeah. Essentially, we sort of, I think we've got today to sort of do things in Waterdeep. Because like yesterday we handed in any quests that we had. We got our rewards from it, including a cool little bow. With from the elves for finding the throne.
That no one will let me play with. Really rude.
Nefira tried to find something to help with being in hallowed spaces and decided not to buy the mysterious spices that I'm convinced are just Szechuan spices from the guy in the alleyway. And Vaacin is finding out that being able to throw lightning out from your right hand is
Inconvenient at times.
yes. But has gone with, after organising a cart for travelling for like the next 10 day, him and Toya went out for a jog around the city walls. I'm not sure if Toya has actually had anything to eat.
Toya doesn't eat. She absorbs energy through osmosis via causing chaos. Obviously.
Oh dear.
That's not accurate. Toya does.
I feel like
eat.
that covers everything. Oh,
You guys
apart
never
from
let
Ick,
me have any fun.
apart from Ick having to be rescued from being shot by an arrow.
And Nick is still very much alive.
I think that's it.
Okay.
So, Toya and Vaacin spend the day jogging the walls of Waterdeep.
For some reason, a bunch of really singed villagers come back to Troll Skull really angry.
Wol, what do you spend the day doing?
Just whatever orders have come in while I'm away, he's going to quickly try and sort out. Restock a couple things. Square stuff away with Chakov. But like hearing from Nefira that hasn't gotten him anything is just gonna go to Chakov and be like, Chakov, I'm gonna ask once, and it's not gonna become like a thing. Can you go to there's the apothecary at the end of the street. If you ask for 100 poppies for me, preferably dry ones, and if they question, just give them a bit more money, if that's okay.
Chekhov, whose accent I can't really remember right now, accepts the money.
Russian?
Chekhov, whose accent I'm not even going to attempt right now, accepts the money, heads off towards the apothecary, and will return shortly with that. Nefira, what are your plans for this day of settling and preparation for the trip? Do we have a Nefira?
I think we may have lost our hero.
I think we may have lost them.
Nuri, what are your plans for this day of preparation for the trip?
I did wonder about just going and trying to sell some of my knickknacks, maybe. Some
Okay.
things that I know that definitely aren't, definitely are not the thing that I was sent looking for, because I collected a fair bit.
Okay, you head out and you... are you sort of going around the shops and selling it, or are you trying to sort of sell it?
I would say to the shops, because probably some of it's jewellery and things like that, so it'd be to specific
Right.
places that I know would want it. I'm not just going to pass off and be like, this this brooch was magical or anything.
Okay, 1 second. Let me work out a way of doing the... Roll me a persuasion check.
I'm not logged into anything. It would be a while.
Roll me a d20 if you've got a real one in somewhere.
Again, it'll, to roll a d20.
Do you have Google?
Do you have a
load it up.
real d20 that you can just roll?
Somewhere in the room. But like I say, by the time I found that, I will... No, that's Tink. Tink.
I can roll one on Google for you now, if that helps.
Yeah, I was just
it's loading now. It should. I've got D&D and Beyond up now.
Cool, because you do not want that result.
18.
So 18 plus 5, 23. What is...
Although, why am I rolling a d20 if I'm on thingy, I can just roll
I mean, I've just added your.
persuasion.
I added
Yeah,
the bonus
I was going
to
to say,
it.
I could have
but,
just rolled persuasion.
Where is that bit of the book? It's back here. No, you didn't actually take me to the bit of the book I clicked on, did you? You managed to sell off a few of your trinkets. Nothing... Not enough to put a dent in your collection, but enough to clear some space for some new items. And you managed to raise 27 gold pieces over the course of the day. You sort of managed to clear off a shelf and a bit of collection, so you've got some nice space to put some new items when you collect some new things. Do we have a Nefira yet? Smitty, are you there?
Yeah, I am. What happened to the microphone was on mute? I am back.
What is Nefira's plans for this day of rest before you head off towards the temple?
Inform all that we're going in a day. And then ponder how we can get Bald in there without him bursting into flame, assuming he is actually going to burst into flames.
I will remind folk that last session, Vaacin did mention that only the inner sanctum that's hallowed. The vast majority of the temple is not a religious site.
No use not being cautious.
All sides of a concern if there is taking that concern on board. He owes Vol for the big fancy sword that he now carries. And oh, it's fancy. So yes, that is Nefira's plan.
Okay. Roll me a religion check.
Religion, not the world's greatest, 7.
You spend most of the day trying to work out if it's at all likely that Wall will burst into flames upon entering hallowed ground, and you end up the day being not any clearer on whether you think it will happen or not.
To be on the safe side, he's going to go out and buy a small pack of marshmallows.
The following day arrives, and you all load up into the carriage, packed with supplies for the travel, and you head out onto the road. Vaacin, you know the way that you're going.
Yeah, Vaacin's gonna just, I guess, sit. I don't know what the seat at the front of a cart is called, but he's gonna sit there and he's just gonna drive.
Okay. Could you roll me a d10?
Ooh, okay.
For our first day of travel.
That is an 8.
Okay. The cart rumbles down the road, and the day... Can't remember exactly when in the year your game is taking place at the moment. I think it's getting into autumn, so the day is drawing shorter. There is a sort of cold edge to the wind. Not incredibly unpleasant following a reasonably warm summer.
I think Vaacin, when he feels the cold breeze, he does a full body inhale, just relishing the cold air, because he's been in the city, and it's been a while since he's just been in the fresh air that he loves.
It's nice to be out on the road again, traveling in fresh air. This is an unusual experience for the party recently. You stop at sort of a lunchtime and have a picnic out by the side of the road. The evening draws in and you find yourself setting up a campsite near the roadside, tying off the horse and cart, and spending a night out in the wild. If you decide to take watches, you have a watch pattern set up through the night, but the night is uneventful. And the following day, you get back onto the road, and I'm going to say, Nefira, Smitty, could you roll me a d10 for
Okie dokie.
day 2 of your travel?
A 3.
A 3. A 3.
A 1. A 2. A 3.
Crunch.
About an hour and a half after your lunchtime picnic on this, the second day of travel, you're starting to see sort of the mountains in the very distance, and you'll be reaching the foothills of the mountains by nightfall. Roll me, group, all of you, please roll me a perception check.
A perception check.
Oh dear.
If
Oh, the
we're
dice
all-
are not on my side tonight.
Since we're all with Vaacin, do we all get advantage since we'd all be in his little field of whatever?
I don't give you perception bonuses, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I know you can give bonuses. I can just I never remember what kind. Sorry.
Speed and saving throws.
Ah, okay.
Do I smell
That's
anything
not
suspicious with a 19?
Vaacin, you are very focused on the road, and Nefira is very focused on whatever he happens to be doing at this time. But Toya and Wol, you both sort of look up and out of the same side of the cart at the same moment, and you see the statue of a large 15-foot tall stone statue of a dwarven warrior, armored statue that has just tipped over and is now laying on its side as you trundle past in the carriage.
I will
Should
point
we
that out.
fix it?
Yeah, could do. I didn't think you've got many dwarven statues up like this on the surface. Vaacin, have you seen that before?
I think Vaacin... What?
I point over towards the statue.
I think, yeah, and that Vaacin pulls the cart to a stop. I mean, I must have seen that on the way back down, on the way down to Waterdeep. So he sort of like strains to try and remember, but I don't think he actually recalls it. It's bad luck to leave a shrine knocked over, though. Oh.
Yeah, I feel like we should fix it.
You want to give me a hand?
Sure.
Yeah, Nefiri, you take the reins and make sure she doesn't bolt. Or he doesn't bolt? I didn't ask.
I'll
Make sure
keep an eye on
Scout
the
doesn't
horse.
bolt. Thank you.
Whichever of you has the higher strength, make me a
I've got
strength test.
18 versus...
18.
Pick amongst yourselves who do you feel has the better luck with the dice. They can make me a strength
Toya.
check with advantage.
100%. Oh, yeah.
Toya, roll me a strength check with advantage.
Right. advantage.
Ooh.
You both brace and you dig your hands in under the statue and you heave and you push and you grunt and sweat and heave some more, and working together it takes you a little while, but you stand the dwarf upright and you can see this very impressive, imposing dwarven warrior figure half caked in mud down one side, and you set the statue back upright.
Has anyone got
Anybody
anything to clean this?
I was going to say, doesn't he clearly? He looks like an actual dwarf.
I don't clean things, so I don't. Sorry.
Out of character. Does anyone have prestidigitation?
Yeah, I was gonna say, anybody have a cantrip?
No.
I must
I
do.
have mending,
Rory
but I don't
must
have
do.
prestidigitation. Wall's also in the cart. He's like, I don't think I should go near that for obvious reasons.
No.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't look like the party has prestidigitation.
I mean, I just have some cleaning supplies if you want to just clean it without magic.
Could do that.
Zara could electrify it, or blast it with frost, or send you a message about it.
Zara, I love you, but no.
None of this seems all that practical. Okay.
Why can't you just use elbow grease and spit?
Because spells make things. Because we're lazy. You know, I'm just gonna fall back on that. We're lazy. But if you've got the cleaning supplies, I'll do it.
I'll be your ladder.
Wall's gonna rummage
Yeah.
his bag, see if he has anything.
Like, it's a 15-foot tall statue. You're gonna need a boost.
Maybe hold me up so I don't fall flat on my face. But yeah.
Yeah.
Between...
I don't specifically have anything in there, but I feel like Wall has different
I-
shit in
I
there that
feel
needs
like-
cleaning.
I feel that Wall has something that can be repurposed for cleaning this.
Yeah.
And
It's
so
like
you...
a gun, one of those gun cleaners.
I would prefer you didn't use my very nicely, maintained tools that I use to maintain my gun to clean mud of a statue that I can't touch anyways.
You spend...
You just have this rag.
You spend a few hours cleaning the statue off, and it gets to evening time, and you make a few hours further travel down the road and camp out for the night again.
Before we leave, Vaacin will do like at least a basic prayer and blessing at the statue.
Okay.
Just like just a mark of respect.
Toya, the following day. Toya, can you roll me a d10?
Absolutely. Hold on. Roll D10.
I see Zara has inverse elf syndrome. Their long rests take multiple days.
1.
You get up into the foothills of the mountain range. And you start heading along sort of treacherous mountain paths. Vaacin, you know that before nightfall, you are going to arrive at the temple.
Mm-hmm.
But about roughly 2 o'clock in the afternoon, after you've stopped to have some lunch and you've been back on the road again for a few hours, you see another cart just off to the side of the track. Horse, cart, man stood next to it, cart tipped at a peculiar angle. And as he looks up to see you, he sort of waves with both his hands to try and flag you down.
I assume I'm driving. I'll pull the cart to the stop.
Thank you. Something spooked my horse, and we hit a bump at speed, and the wheel has, the cart wheel has come off. I can't, I mean, I could fix it if I unload everything and fix the cart, then load everything again, but it'll take a long time, and
You're lazy?
I mean, if you are passing and you can assist, I could be underway in an hour or so. I'll reward you for helping.
Oh, well, yeah, no, obviously.
I won't have to unload everything.
It's probably best we give you a hand.
Yeah.
Well,
There's
there might-
probably dangerous animals wandering around. I legit don't know, so.
I would
Eh,
imagine so.
d-
It's what spooked a horse. Something spooked a horse. Stupid old thing.
Let's hope it's not a chromatic. They like to hunt at night.
I mean, we already killed one. I'm sure we can take the second.
Oh no, I meant one of the... Vacin's already getting out the car. I meant one of the people from the temple. It'd be bad form to come back after just killing one of them. Oh,
Oh. I mean, I kind of do that all the time anyway, so just blame it on me. We'll be fine.
oh no. At worst, I'd have to do a discipline trial or something like that. It's not unheard of. Sometimes you have to put one of them down. Okay, someone help me out with the cart.
I'm
Well,
a coming.
We'll come over. Well, he's got his crutches and is hobbled over. Once the cart's up, he's going to start casting mending.
Okay. As you approach the cart, you can see that it is piled high with scrap metal.
Huh. Anything of note or anything of interest for my little artificer eyes?
Roll me a perception check as Toya and Vaacin start loading, like lifting the cart up and putting the wheel back into place.
15.
You see there are quite a few scraps of metal that are of decent sizes that you think you could fashion into something. Either enhancements for the crab or new gun parts, or just even simple ammunition or replacement limbs, dependent on what you choose to forge them into. But there is definitely, you feel that there are some things here that you could take as reward for amending the cart.
But nothing like suspicious, like, looted it from somewhere he shouldn't. It's just like generic scrap metal.
It's from what you can see, at least at the top, from just glancing into it, it all just looks like scrap, broken metal, bits and pieces of mismatched items. Nothing that shouts out to you, I have this and shouldn't.
Yeah. Or like eye the metal for a bit, but then start to like fix the wheel for them.
So without issue, Toya and Vaacin get the cartwheel back into place, and you spend the minute casting mending, and the cartwheel fixes back in around the horse. Around the horse? Jesus, that's not how that works.
I mean, you could try and make it work that way, but I don't think the horse will appreciate it.
I don't think the horse will appreciate it. I don't think the cart will like it. It's just no bueno. Around the axle of the cart, and you just lower it back down, and the wheel creaks a little bit, but takes the strain of the heavy laden cart. Thank you. It would have taken me a long time to fix. And this
Really
is...
quick, is it an African or European cart?
It is fully laden. It's...
It's fine. These things happen. It should be good.
This is better
I'm probably
than
gonna.
You didn't get injured when this thing fell over, did you? Because we didn't ask.
I am fine.
Okay, cool. I mean, I don't really care, but Zara says I have to care. So.
Zara just sort of waves from the... he was spooked at the time, but it has been a while and he seems to have calmed down. I did not see what spooked him, but...
Maybe something ran by in his peripheral, or a snake? Horses don't like snakes, right?
It's not unreasonable.
Is anyone good at tracking?
No.
I don't know what what would be good for tracking.
Survival, I think.
Okay, hold on, let me check. Apparently I have good tracking.
Go for it.
Roll me a survival check.
Alright.
Okay. You look around and you don't see anything to suggest that there was another creature that crossed this path that spooked the horse. Like you are confident that there is nothing. It's a difficult place to track because you are on sort of mostly stony mountainside path, but there are no signs of anything.
I'm really not seeing anything, guys. I don't really know what to tell ya. There's nothing here. It's kind of weird. Actually, it's kind of weird. I feel like there should be, like... I don't know. There's nothing here that would indicate something that would scare a horse.
I mean, it's getting dark. It's stony ground. Probably... I couldn't blame you for not seeing something. Though, just before
Thanks
we
for that,
leave you...
Vaacin. Asshole.
Sorry.
I broke his train of thought.
You broke my character. No. Why are you carrying all this scrap up the mountain? It's
I am
suspicious.
You note that his cart is facing down the mountain. I am coming from the I've just been to the temple and picked up some scrap and coming through past here and heading down.
Well,
And all of a sudden, my horse just decided to stop horsing. It was weird.
It was peculiar. Usually my horse horses very well, and this day it did not horse very good. It did very bad horsing. It was horsing around.
Can I roll insight on this guy?
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm not ignoring that Toya didn't see anything. Oof, that's only a 12.
This guy's a salesman, and he's very good at showing you what you want to see, or what he wants you to see, or what he thinks you want to see. It makes it very difficult to get a good read on him, but you don't think there is anything unusual in what he's saying.
Cool. I'm gonna drop, like, a quick divine sense before, like, saying goodbye and getting the cart ready to go. Just to make sure he's not, like, got anything stashed in the cart.
Yeah, it's just like kid hidden under all the boxes.
As Vaacin closes his eyes and lets in the divine senses, he turns the merchant turns to Wall, and you were looking at the scrap. You interested in some as your repayment for services?
I mean, the casting of the spell really wasn't much, my guy. I don't mind.
Take not much.
It's like, okay, you'll just take like a small sheet of lead or something like that, just to make ammunition from. It's like, thanks. This means a lot.
You are welcome. It is not a lot to spare.
Hey, was this orphan kidnapped or was it a surprise adoption?
What?
You do not sense anything on your ping, Vaacin.
That's comforting.
Especially, you don't sense Wall.
As always, I'm very not sus.
I do appreciate your consistency with that.
You do consistently sense the void where Wall should be.
It's like there should be a wall here, but there isn't, and I'm concerned. There was a wall here.
You
gone
sense
now.
the wall hole.
The wall hole. The hole in the wall.
All
That's-
in all, it's just
Is it in the
hole
bathroom?
in the
Wall.
The
bathroom wall, and that's how
the-
we get to Silent Hill.
the merchant gets back up on his cart and starts to drive down the mountainside. And as he does, there's a shifting, just subtle shifting in some of the scrap metal at the back of the cart. And one piece, not the anime, one piece of scrap metal collapses, slides down the back of the mount, like the pile of scrap, hits to the bottom of the cart, does sort of a somersault out the back, and just plops into the mud, into a small puddle of mud at the side of the road. And he doesn't seem to have noticed this.
Gonna watch that. Like, Vaacin,
Mm?
your monastery, does it have a rust monster problem?
Not when I left.
Okay.
Why?
Like, there's something in the... It'll like, note towards the back of the car. Like, I think there's something in the car.
I follow Wall's guidance to see what he's seeing.
Neither of you see anything in the cart.
Like,
Do you want me to stop him?
I think we need to search the car. I can't see what it is, but I'd prefer that we inconvenience him for maybe half an hour, ending up dead.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Hey,
1
dude,
second.
Mr. Cartman.
The cart slows and then stops a little bit further down the hill.
Oh. Yeah, I think Vaacin walks with Toya and whoever else down to this guy's cart.
Hey,
Well, do you want to tell him what you told me?
One is very slowly following behind as he's using his crutches, not his wheelchair at the moment. He's like winded by the time he gets there. It's like,
Leah figures that Wall probably doesn't want to call him out in case there is something, so, like, can she say something as soon as she gets there before Wall arrives?
Yeah.
Like, to try and cover the fact that they suspect him, she'd be all like, hey, actually, can I ask you a question about some of these parts? Because they look kind of interesting, and my girlfriend Zara is super into this sort of thing.
He happily
Like-
discusses with you the scrap metal in the cart. Being a scrap metal seller, he is a scrap metal merchant. He talks to you at length about the various uses of the scrapped items that he has.
Oh, cool. So, like, do you ever get people who buy some of this scrap to make like art, or like, I mean, I know you get some of these people who make those the whatchamacallem statue. What do they call it? Nouveau artiste.
Yes,
The
art.
crap
I
that-
have. I have sold some to artists.
Oh,
Don't know where my
neat.
accent just went.
What kind of stuff would you recommend for someone who's sort of just getting into it? Because I know Zara's super interested, but like obviously this isn't something that I'm skilled in, and since she's only just getting into it, I can't give her any advice. But like for the artists who've bought this, and she's kind of subtly gesturing with her tail, like look at it while I'm distracting the guy. Go check what you want to check. Like what kind of pieces would you recommend for like someone who's just trying to get into this?
Unless Wall gives any instruction to do otherwise.
Wall is still very winded and not at the cart yet. They're like, still like, can't move so far, and the hill is so big, it's so rocky. Fuck my life.
Race is just gonna rest his right hand on some of the scrap, and he's just gonna let loose lightning lure into the mass of metal.
Lightning.
Like I know.
Lightning flashes
Right.
down the blue scales and into the cart and just and the man, mid-flow of talking to Toya, just sort of leaps away from the metal as it suddenly electrocutes out, and then just carries on talking to Toya.
Weird.
Just standing like 5 feet further away from the cart than he had been when he started the conversation.
Sorry, it gets away from me sometimes.
Yeah, he like just got this new power, which is kind of why we're heading to the temple. But like, okay, so obviously you've sold to artists before, but like, what kind of pieces were those artists interested in? Like, what would you recommend for her to get as a beginner artist?
Nuri,
Yes.
you notice this whole scene going on in the distance. As Nuri, you have stayed with the cart for a moment. You noticed this scrap of metal fall out of the back of the cart and land in the mud.
Mm-hmm.
And you look over at it, and it's real shiny, and it calls to you.
Oh no.
Alright. I'll go over and I'll sort of look around to see if anybody's watching and pick it up.
You pick it up, and there is it's a scrap of sort of a silvery metal. There is some fine scroll work along one of the finished edges, and you can see sort of 2 edges of it where the metal has broken off of a larger piece. And as you look at it, the reflection shines across the surface, and there's just sort of a red tinge across the surface of the metal. And it matches a segment of armor that you found in the dungeon.
Okay, do I recognize what piece of armor it is, or?
You had previously found a broken fragment of armor, and this looks to match as another of the full suit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Do you know who it belongs to?
I think we have
Yeah,
the
I know.
I've got notes
Yeah.
that we have one part of magpie armor. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes.
Yeah. Do we know? Yeah. That's what I mean.
Ooh.
So would I know what it would actually be?
It can. So far, you've got like a maybe third of a breastplate, and this is another third of that.
Okay. So I definitely would have seen it before.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it is something that you yourself have, like the other scrap on your person, or if it's in the bag of holding.
I think it's probably in the bag of holding, because I don't remember getting it. It probably wasn't about when you got it. You know, in real life, because I don't remember anything about it, so...
But yeah...
It was when we dealt with the...
Drider.
It was just after we did the Drider and the ghosts and whatnot.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, didn't we find like a belt thing as well?
I think has the Gark has the belt now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the storm.
I have no idea. I have no idea.
That's a component of a thing that we needed to get all the components for.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough.
So, like, you would recognize that it's part of something that we have found before.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. I
Yeah.
know, yeah, that's what I mean. I would know that it's something that we've already got.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I meant is that do we know, which we've obviously answered that it's magpie armor, but do we know that that's what it is?
You would know that it is a part of that, yes.
Yeah, so you'd see this piece and you'd be like, oh, that's part of the thing that we already have.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I'll take it and...
You spend
see
some
if I can
time...
slip it in anywhere.
You spend some time at the scrap metal cart and find nothing living in the cart itself. The scrap metal dealer offers you some fine offcasts of steel that can be reshaped and remolded using by applying sufficient amounts of heat. Very pliable if you get them hot enough, very strong when properly treated, that can be used for sculpture.
Well, yeah, sure. Thanks. Sorry for stopping you. I know you must be in quite a hurry, so I appreciate your time.
Is not a problem. I will... unless there is any other business, I will carry on now.
No, that was my only question, and I think we're good. So yeah, no, sorry. Thank you for stopping for me. I know it's probably annoying to get stopped for questions.
I make a sale. It's fine by me.
True.
He hauls himself back up into the cart, and the cart carries on. You head back to your own cart.
Safe travels.
He sort of waves. You head back
Please
into
tell me I did not make a complete dick of myself for no reason.
Nah, you're good.
Cool.
I feel... John, when you described the foot, was it just like that the cart was just not secured properly?
There was something peculiar about the movement of the silvered piece of metal.
Oh, that's what it was.
Almost like it wanted to be found.
Ah, I see. Well, like, by the time, like, he's, like, going away, like, Wall's gotten to, like, where the cart was, and it's just, like, given up on being, like, oh my god, I'm so tired. It's like, just, like, Devase is like, you know what, if he dies, he dies. I need to sit down again.
Vaacin just sort of just picks Wall up by like just around just like under his shoulders, and then just flips him and plops him on his ass in the cart.
Thank you. How?
There's no shame in asking for help.
Haha.
And then passes him, and then drops the crutches on top of him.
Thank you. A second thought, I think it was probably the thing that fell out of the cart that was suspicious, not the cart itself. Especially after that lightning law. Oh, I need some water. Nuri, did I see you pick it up? You will ask.
Nuri?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know you were talking to me.
You picked up that thing, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look?
Oh yeah, I take it. It looks like something else that that other bit of armour that we picked up a little while back. So, slipped it away.
Oh yeah, it does kind of look like that. I Arcana check, John. This feels arcana-y.
Yeah, make me an Arcana check.
Arcana.
The cart gets rumbling back underway as you start looking over the metal.
That is a 20. It strikes him as a little bit odd that the metal would somehow jump off the thing.
You know that it is very unusual for a magic item to be broken.
Yeah, that he's a bit like, it is weird that a magic item's been broken.
It is,
as he is aware from trying to destroy that sword that is now.
It is incredibly rare and difficult to break a magical item. There is something inherent to most magic items that protects them from even the most severe damage. And you get the feeling that there is almost something attempting to rectify that with this magic item. It's almost like there is a pull for it to be back as one piece.
I was gonna put that bit of knowledge away at the back of his head. I'm suspicious, but he's not gonna go theory crafting on it at this point. He kind of just wants to sit down and not think about it. But that is suspicious. And he thinks that is suspicious.
You get the feeling that you'll see something interesting if you get the other piece out.
Oh, good idea. He's going to go into the bag of holding, avoid all the dragon bits, and recall up the other bit that we have, and hold them together.
You can see very clearly there is a fault line, a break that the two pieces should be next to each other. At one point on both of them, you can see where they should fit together and form one cohesive part. And as you hold them next to each other, there's like a magnetic pull that draws them both together. And as they connect, they instantly, a burning hot streak fuses them back together, almost welding them back together into one cohesive piece of armor. Not yet ready to be worn, not full, but two-thirds of a breastplate. You can see the fine filigree work continues from one piece to the next, and it's now almost impossible to tell where the gap had once been.
This is weird. he's gonna like touch base like. The scrap seller said that he found this, or the metal near the your temple. Is there any reason why potentially they'd have this? He'll pass the armors of Vaacin.
I'm driving. Oh.
Like, I'll give it to Nefira, who I presume is sitting next to Vaacin. Like, just kind of wave it in front of him.
I don't know. Like, magpies. Like, if I remember rightly, there's like magpie symbolism on this, isn't there?
Found it. It's hers.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Like, plus, like, you've got like, your church is a whole thing with magpies, right?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I am actually called the Magpie. That's what that prophecy lady told us way back.
Oh, I remember her.
Yeah. It's me. I'm known as Magpie.
Feels
Other than that, I don't know. I mean, obviously, like, I have a prophecy to bring the end to stuff.
Maybe your temple broke this armor apart, and I'll hand the armor back to Nuri. Like
Well, yeah,
it takes
it's likely because they didn't want me to know, what I was meant to be looking for. So
maybe it's this. Does the filigree, John, look like writing, or is it just like pretty?
It is a pretty pattern, and above it there is sort of a scene with the sun and several small magpies flying across the sky.
Like, Well, they really went through a lot of effort to make sure that you didn't get this, so here you go. Try and find the last piece for you.
yeah, as long as that's not gonna, bring about the prophecy. I might not want to find the last piece.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It wouldn't be making its way to... I can't see why it would make its way to someone like you if it was something bad.
But we'll see how true that all is when it gets here, I suppose.
Plus, if it is going to be bad, I'll break it with scale edge.
Wall's gonna just like kind of like look at you, and is like really wants to be like an actually, but isn't going to. But like the look on his face, like he really wants to be like actually. That's not how that works, but he resists. Every fiber of his being, he's resisting.
If Heroes is kind of a smirk on his face when he's thinking of like the unparalleled joy of facing going to smash it with scale edge, and scale edge just shatters everywhere.
I just love the fact that like Vaacin 100% believes this. Like the surety that the sun will rise in the morning, he could break this with scale edge. That's where he is in his mind.
Eventually, as the sun begins to set behind the mountains, you see the temple, the large stone walls of the outer edge of the temple starts to come into view. And you see these large stone walls, and behind them large stone buildings in sort of a Star Fortress style. You approach and are let through a large front gate and into a courtyard, and you can see a training area, a training pit, a pair of dragonborn, a red 7-foot-tall dragonborn wielding a two-handed maul, standing over a bronze dragonborn, who is reaching for a longsword that has fallen from their grasp as they've fallen to the ground. And as the cart rolls into the courtyard, this gives the opportunity, the distraction, as the red dragonborn starts to prepare to bring them all down. He looks up and sees the cart, and the dragonborn on the ground lashes out with a foot and trips the red dragonborn and grasps the sword, stands up, and now he is standing over the other. And as they go to drive the sword down into either the dragonborn or the ground next to him, another bronze dragonborn shouts, "Halt! You have succeeded."
I was gonna say, like, do we need to step in, or...
And the dragon... The various dragonborn gathered around the training pit look over and see Vaacin at the front of this cart. The red dragonborn pushes up off the ground, huffs, and starts walking away.
Because he's a pussy.
The two bronze dragonborns one of them, a younger dragonborn, stows away the long sword, draws up to sort of the 6'9" height, starts strapping on sort of the extra armor that they've taken off for the training. And as he does so, the dragonborn that broke up the fight turns to your cart, Vaacin. Oh, you have returned, then.
Don't sound so excited to see him or anything. Jesus.
He was told he shouldn't.
I have my boon. I was told to return once I have a boon. Yeah, Vaacin just sort of like... Vaacin climbs down off the cart. He's been travelling in casual wear. He's not been travelling in the mythical armour. That's completely ridiculous. But he does have like the crown over his shoulder. And as he sort of approaches, he summons Scale Edge.
There's sort of a flash as Scale Edge forms in your hand. And the Dragonborn, 6'11" Dragonborn, you've not seen him do a double take, ever. But he is surprised by what he sees. How do you have that?
A vision and a bronze dragon. And a very risky swim.
Then you have been chosen. It is late. You have others with you.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I should make introductions. These are my companions from Waterdeep. We can make introductions at breakfast, dinner. Thing just got set off in the background there.
Yeah. Video started.
both of the bronze dragonborn are here, right?
Sorry.
Yes. The younger one is sort of still strapping on some of the armor. Hasn't really paid attention to you arriving yet. And is also sort of looking on in awe at Scale Edge now that he's sort of seen that appear.
As Vaacin sort of like puts it on his back, he's like, my friends, this is my training master, Master Delmodic Dar.
Nice to meet you. Get out of the car. I was going to say hop out the car. I do not hop out the car. Wall's no hops in his entire
suddenly
life.
Hops out of the cart and is perfectly fine.
He's like, oh, I want again. And then he realises that he can't and just falls to the floor. He's clambering out the cart. He's like, it's nice to meet you. You've trained Vaacin well. He's really good. What he does now?
Yes, he always had
Sorry.
He always had a way with using muscles.
His face is just buried in Zara's chest, and her shoulders are shaking, almost like she's crying, but she's fighting so hard not to laugh.
Unfortunate translations between Draconic and Common.
Don't do it. Don't laugh, bitch. We're in a temple. Don't laugh. Zara, help me. I'm gonna get us killed.
Sorry. This Master. This is Wall. He's an artificer I met in Waterdeep. And like just carries on and does introductions. Nefira. Zara, Toya. They've been my companions diving into the Undermountain.
Yep. Sorry. I mean, my ears don't work as well as they should. What was your name again, sir?
I am Master Dar.
Nice to meet you, Master Dar. Absolute delight. Your pupil here has a very, very bad idea of what to do with cats and water.
You can see sort of in the armor piece that he is wearing is vaguely like cyan, tealy green, and sort of wave patterns carved into the armor.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of badass.
He might have some unusual ways to treat the water, but he is not its master as others are. You are an artificer, Wall.
Yes, I am an artificer.
Maybe you should meet with Kirjol while you're here.
I'll look at Vaacin.
Oh, he's... did he get promoted?
He is the head blacksmith, yes.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah. Well, you'd love him. Just... Don't let him get started on his creations. He,
And loose the crab, you know you want.
Walla's just like, I am going to get him started on his creations immediately. But is he going to say that? He's like, oh, no, don't worry.
You have to steer him back to the point.
Oh, slow nod. Knowing exactly what he's going to be.
The other bronze dragonborn comes over and holds a hand out to Vaacin to do like the warrior hand clasp.
Yeah, Vaacin grabs the hand and just yanks him in for it's the biggest, jockiest, manliest hug.
It is returned.
Olin. All in Draconic. I have missed you.
Oh.
Vaacin, it is... Well, I would say it's been too long, but... I am glad it has not been longer.
It's been long enough. You knocked Onyx on his ass.
I had some assistance. He was easily distracted.
Hey, what did you tell me? That I may go with all the big showy lightning, but you said you've always got to watch what you're doing. You beat him on your terms.
It's always in the footwork.
On my feet, that.
It sounded like a thunderstorm to anybody else, or was it just me?
Oh, sorry, yes, Tolan, my friends. And he drops into common.
Friends!
What will not interfere at that comment? Be like, no, I can't.
Friends of Vaacin are friends of mine. And you do the intros again. And...
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, big man.
Nice to meet you too.
Yo.
He doesn't rely
No
too
one
much.
better with a longsword.
He doesn't rely too much on the lightning, does he?
No.
No more than he should when we're fighting things that really need to be hit by lightning.
Oh, ooh. Remind me in the morning, I got a new toy.
We were fighting like this giant Cthulhu-looking ugly thing, and so obviously it was all water-based, and so it absolutely had to be iced with lightning. And he used the lightning for that, but I mean, like, obviously, because what else are you gonna do? So, I mean, like, he uses the lightning, but he doesn't overuse the lightning, so it works. It's acceptable lightning usage.
He always seemed to find that every problem could be solved by striking it with lightning when he was younger. Good to hear he has moved past that.
Was I ever wrong?
The nice thing is since he started traveling with us, I have taught him the benefits of all problems can be solved with a good swift kick or stabbing it.
We've
solved
this
the lightning
cat.
use problem.
I thought you would.
We all like this cat.
Yeah.
She's very good at what she does.
And what I do is not die when I really should have.
A fabulous skill.
My running theory is that I'm immortal and nothing's proven me wrong yet. So
And long may you reign.
Apparently they've got this whole thing about cats having 9 lives in Waterdeep. I think she's got to be past her 3rd by now.
oh man, you didn't know me beforehand. I am way past 9 at this point. Zara's
Master...
just in the back and nodding slowly.
Zara's like looking at a notebook. Master Dar just speaks back up again. They have very similar voices. I will assemble the Grand Elders. They'll want to speak with you in the morning.
Elders, are you in trouble? Did we do something wrong?
He returned.
But was that bad?
They will want to know.
Okay.
I'll explain when we're in quarters.
Okay.
They don't know yet, then.
It never came up.
Vaacin, do you need me to stab somebody? Blink quickly.
I can stab all the people I need to on my own. Also, I'm not stabbing the Grand Elders.
You never let me have any fun.
They're the Grand Elders.
Grand Elder this, don't kill the Eldritch Horror that. You guys are just no fun.
We let you kill the Eldritch Horror. Anyway, sorry. Are we staying in the outer quarters? I'm assuming I'm not allowed into the inner quarters.
Yes. We will have some of the nicer outer quarters prepared for you and your friends.
Wait, why aren't you allowed in the inner quarters?
It's a long
Because he's not high enough rank.
Short version, I'm on pilgrimage. I'm not home yet.
Oh, okay, because I thought this was going to be some sort of weird discrimination situation, and then I really was going to have to kick some butt, because I like you, Vaacin. I mean, I'm not happy about the whole water thing, but if people are discriminating against you, I will absolutely shank a bitch.
I mean, I'm a pureblood. That wouldn't be...
Koya's love language is stabbing people on your behalf.
It's a very
As I said,
effective
you're going to get a
language.
Lontoilan. So Tolan.
Yes,
I named wrong.
I too find that when my friends are threatened, my love language is to stab the thing threatening them.
Is Arkmus still in the temple?
The last time I saw him, he had his nose buried in some book or another.
Well, better than in an ice cream.
What's wrong with an ice cream?
I don't know.
He makes them from his own spit sometimes. It's a horrible habit.
That's nasty. That's nasty. I eat roast spider legs, and that's nasty. What the ever living? Oh my god.
Oh,
Why?
Right. Well, if you wouldn't object, Master Door, I'll lead my friends to the quarters.
I do not object.
It's an honor to see you on my return. And Vaacin does like a little bow, like hands together, closes, and like the whole like closing his eyes thing. And so sort of like steps back to guide the cart towards the outer quarters.
As you close your eyes, Darth flicks you in the forehead.
I thought I'm in my 20s. I'm too old for that.
Did I not tell you to not take your eye off a potential enemy?
I mean, he's got you there.
I mean, I can make a real challenge.
One day I will take my trials as master, and I will put you in the dirt myself, old man.
I would like to see you try.
Yeah, and
Not even
Vaacin just drops into a big old happy grin and leads everyone off.
Aww.
I feel like Toya should have whacked him upside the head and been all like, "Don't talk to your elders like that." It would have ruined the moment, so she didn't.
As you
She has moments of discretion.
as you head back towards the location you know to be the finer of the outer quarters, a pair of large dragonborn march past you quicker than you are walking the cart. One is a 6'10" blue dragonborn with a pair of metal-tipped javelins strapped, sort of crossed on his back. The other is the red dragonborn, 7 foot tall, two-handed maul strapped to the side, and resplendent armor now being worn that was that had been taken off for the trial fight, the practice fight. And as they go past, the red dragonborn like shoulder checks into Vaacin. And then just keeps going.
Can I do a strength check against that?
Yes.
Cool. Sorry, I was going to go... Sorry, I was going to do a strength saving throw. Is that okay?
No, just make it a strength check. And I need to get some numbers.
Can I roll a bitch slap check against that? Like,
Oh god, Tori's gonna get me in so much trouble.
It's like...
I think I rolled that in the wrong thing, but that's a 23.
I should have rolled that with some other numbers added to it, but I didn't, so I'll add them myself. There is a very firm slam into your side, but you stand strong.
Careful there, champion. Wouldn't want the Grand Elder thinking you're getting unsteady.
Careful where you stand.
I am being careful. I'm saying you should.
You should be careful not to get in the way of the champion of the warriors.
Sorry.
Anzi, honestly, Ariak scares me, you don't. Not after Tolan just threw you in the dirt.
That was all a careful ruse. I would have
yes,
had him.
losing a ruse.
I would have had him.
Sure. And I'm suddenly a copper.
If you hadn't been here, you hadn't arrived at that exact moment, I would have had him.
Excuses, just like a chromatic.
His eyes just flash. And you can see the blue-skinned, blue-scaled Dragonborn is like dragging him away from this.
Sorry, Shaton. That was sorry. It
is.
God, I just realised how that sounds like in common. I'm assuming it is Shaton.
It is indeed, yes.
Sorry, Shaton. That was a little callous of me. It's not a chromatic problem. It's a red problem.
I think it's just a him problem.
It is very much a him problem.
Keep him out of trouble. I'm not sure how Ariak could respond if he beat up a pilgrim.
He might take a special liking to it if it is you.
I've missed you too, buddy.
I mean, thank you.
And Vaacin just like gives it a big grin, and he sort of lets the lightning flash a little bit, and then just like walks past them with the cart, as if they're not there.
Shaton's face is just no grin, no emotion. You can see sort of respect, but very little else. And very little respect. Sorry about that, guys. Everyone okay?
Still, I mean, I wanted to punch him, but yeah, I guess I'm okay.
Oh, I've wanted to punch them both every day since I can remember.
So to think of this right, his name is Chasson.
It doesn't mean the same thing in Draconic.
Yeah, sure. Sure.
Do you realise that me, Toya, and probably Walt are going to have to milk this for months?
Oh, so long, so long. Oh, God. Did you hear that? It was all your fault. It was totally a ruse. I would have had him if you hadn't arrived. Like, yeah, sure. Sure, Jan. Whatever. Oh, my God. Like, what kind of... No, just no. Oh, my God. Like, it's a good thing you didn't punch him, because you just would have gotten in trouble for beating the clearly disabled, because, no offense, Will, but, I mean, look at this guy. He's an absolute wimp. So not worth it.
Okay, I love the mockery, but he is he's nearly as big as he's nearly as tall as I am, and he's probably about twice as wide as I am. I don't want to fight him.
He's an outhouse.
You say that? You say that like I didn't run up and stab an actual dragon in the eye 2 days ago.
Speaking
4
of,
days ago.
4 days ago.
Should we drop the dragon off?
Yes, because if...
We'll be able to leave it with an attendant once we get to the quarters.
Okay.
Chances are we'll have some of it for breakfast.
Yeah. Do they have a way of transporting it? Because I would like to keep my bag with me.
I think Vaacin just like points to one of however many carts there are in this area.
You know, just checking.
Oh, just... They like to wake people up early.
Yeah, that sounds on brand
Define
for it.
early.
The sun might just have risen.
Oh, that's not early. Well, like, out of a waves his hand. That's not early.
There's a glass of coffee, will be okay.
Oh, there's no coffee.
What?
Vaacin, I don't like it here, it's horrible, we're going out.
Yeah.
This is a terrible school for you to attend.
A glass of ice water will do you fine. Though I admit I will miss the coffee too.
It's the lightning spitting dragon.
You arrive at a multi-floored building. Whereas some of the buildings are elaborate and you can see some of them in the, like, there is very clearly a wall and then some nicer buildings on the other side of it. And you can see some of the buildings on the other side of the wall have mosaics on that show dragons flying, various, like, one sees a dragon with lightning arcing out of its mouth. Another shows a dragon burning the countryside. Another, you can see a dragon roaring out a green gaseous cloud.
Go big or go home, I guess?
The buildings on the side of the wall that you are on are plain stone. Vaacin leads you to one of these such buildings, and there is a space outside for you to hitch up the horse and to park the cart and leave it in a covered stable space before you head into the main building itself. And you are led to a very simple set of bed chambers. You are shown to two opposite each other. One of which has both of which have three very simple beds, 3 very simple chests in them. And when you enter the room, their heads turn down towards the floor, wearing a very simple, one wearing a very simple sort of tunic and plain trousers, the other wearing a very simple tunic dress, are a pair of dragonborn with mismatched color scales, multicolored scales across their form, but they both look at the ground as you enter.
Would you could you get our stuff from the cart? There's a few bags and boxes in there.
Yes, Master Vaacin.
Thank you. Oh, I think Vaacin like just stands in the middle of the room and he just sort of like just stretches and relaxes, like you do when you go back to your bedroom for the first time in a while.
Looking down the
Did they just call
two...
him Master?
Well,
Yes, they did.
The 2 dragonborn leave the rooms.
I mean, yeah, they call all the pure bloods masters. It's what attendants do. It's a sign of respect for those training in the art.
Okay, fair. I thought it was something sketchy, but it's not. So okay, cool.
Yeah. Will's gonna like.
Oh, they're not slaves. No.
Okay, good. Because like I've said before, I really like you, Vaacin. Not necessarily your views on water, but I like you. So I didn't want to have to like go crazy and burn this entire temple down. So good.
I would pay to watch that fight.
I have strong opinions on indentured servitude, we'll say.
No.
It
As far as
certainly
I'm,
has nothing to do with my own indentured servitude.
don't worry. At least as far as I'm aware, everyone hears of their own free will. Maybe not some of the chromatics, but that's for their own good.
That works. Just as long as these guys aren't serving as slaves. Like, if they're just like here being young, then that's cool.
Oh, they'll be serving. Like, Vace is just sort of like saying this casually as we all like do things around the room. No, they'll be here till like till they choose to leave or till they pass. It's the arts are only taught to the purebloods. Sadly, they're not.
That feels really racist. Or is it speciesist?
Nah, I wouldn't worry about it.
I mean, you're a pureblood, so I suppose you wouldn't? I don't know.
We're guests here.
That's
let's
true.
see. We've only
We're
been here
good.
for half an hour. I'm sure that it's these are Vaacin's people. There's nothing untoward going on. I'm gonna get the dragon out of the bag of holding now. If anyone wouldn't mind giving me a hand, and I think I'm gonna turn in. I am really tired. Saw that walking before. He like walked for like 10 like at most like 10 minutes. Well, I think I just have a hand with the bag, and then you need to show us around tomorrow, everything, and also where for me to avoid. Would be good.
Easy rule of thumb: the giant stone outcrop, bigger than a castle. Don't go in there.
Okay, cool. Let's hope that you're not called there for any reason. I mean, I don't know why they would. Wall will excuse himself to go and deal with the dragon.
You're right, Wall. Though that we are visitors, and I shouldn't be.
Oh, Wall, if you want help, just pull the cord and a bell ring.
Oh, Wall will do that. As he is currently dealing with the dragon, he's crutches to get around, and he's just like, I am not used to this, and I hate it. I hate everything about this. My crutches suck.
Boy is just gonna help him, because clearly he needs help.
A few minutes after you you pull on the pull cord, a door that you hadn't noticed in the wall, blends into the wall, just like slides open, and then slides shut as an attendant enters the room. How may I assist you? They don't make eye contact and look at the ground.
It's like, well, it's a little bit weirded out by that, but it's just like, going on my comment. We've managed to defeat a dragon a few days back, and we need to get it to whoever here is able to process. It's not my speciality, but I just need to get it out the bag of holding. If you could lend a hand, please. I'd appreciate that.
I would be happy to. Congratulations on slaying a mighty dragon. We will take the useful components to head blacksmith Kurjol, and the more tasty components will be taken to Dilrith Pasashi.
Kitchen?
She is the head cook, yes.
Thank you very much. I will head outside with them and start with the bag. While he's being very protective. It's like he is the one that pulls things out the bag and then hands it to other people.
Okay.
Hey, kid.
Yes.
Cool. Do me a favor, and this is just for my comfort and for my peace of mind. Could you just look me in the eye for like 2 seconds? I give you full permission to look me in the eye.
I should not.
And I'm not a full-blood drag. Well, see, that's the thing. I'm not a full-blooded dragon, so it doesn't count. Or a dragonborn or whatever.
You can see some, like, even without him looking in your eye, you can see some maths, like, flying around in the back of his head as he's, like, processing this.
Is this within earshot?
I think so.
I mean, it's in the same room, because we were in the room when Wall called for them, so...
Yeah. In Draconic, I just say, do as she asks. They are merely guests.
The young male dragonborn looks you straight in the eye, Toya.
Good. Toya's gonna pretend she knows what she's doing, and she's gonna try and figure out if they're, like, just to make sure that he's not, like, mind-controlled or something.
Roll me...
Even though she has absolutely no way of telling.
Roll me an insight check.
Insight. There we go.
Well, this is certainly another person you've looked into the eyes of. They hold your eye contact for about 10 seconds and then look away. You could almost swear you can see blushing happening on the Dragonborn's scales.
Oh.
And he looks back to the ground.
That probably made you really uncomfortable because you're not used to that. I'm sorry. I just wanted to check something. That was all. And you're like... Look, I know Vaacin says it's all legit, but, like... You're comfortable? You're happy here?
You have very nice eyes.
Huh? Me? Me? Is he talking about me? Are you sure about that? I think he is mind controlled, guys.
Everything is fine. I am here of my own free will.
That sounded so scripted. That just made it worse. Now I'm more concerned. Like, that sounded something like something someone who's being mind controlled would say.
I will take these dragon parts away, and you will be brought some of them back for breakfast.
Sleep quickly if you need saving.
You do not see him blink.
At all?
You don't notice him blink, and he, like, backs up out of the room holding, like, the mess of dragon parts that he puts into a cart, and the door slides back into place and matches to the seam in the wall, so to the point where you can't see where door was that he entered through.
Sorry, Vaacin. I had to check. It's... Call it a god thing.
That's fine. I was the same when I first went to Waterdeep.
I mean, it's not like I don't trust you because you've been here for ages, but also because you've been here for ages, maybe you just don't know because you trust these people because this is your home, you know? And I mean, like I said, I mean, I obviously don't give off the vibe of being under the employ of a god, so, you know, you gotta check. So, I still think there's something wrong with him because he said something about me having nice eyes, which is weird. But I am
Vaacin entirely turns to Zara at that comment. I'm leaving that with you.
Fairly certain. Well, I mean,
Zara comes over and, like, gives you a scritch behind the ears. You do have nice eyes, sweetie.
Well, yeah, but we sleep together, so I mean, like,
It looks like we might not be doing that for a few days.
Why? It's just a temple. We're not even in the inner sanctum.
Yes, but the beds are separate.
I know, but don't you want to get sacrilegious?
Also, I feel we're sharing a room with someone else.
That is the worst thing I've ever said.
Also, the walls are very thin.
That makes it better. No, we'll be good. We'll be good. We'll be good. I'll be good. But I'm not gonna lie, if that red punk starts, like, throwing hands, I can't guarantee I'll be good.
He won't. He's not even allowed to hit me at the moment. Let alone him. He is. Oh, I should explain. So, like, basic bones. You've got guests, you've got attendants, you've got ascendants. That's sort of like your main three, right?
Right.
We're all guests. Technically, I'm a pilgrim, which is sort of like two things at once. I am technically a practitioner or an ascendant who is a guest at the moment. Hence, I'm not home yet. That can only happen tomorrow. But, like, he's a champion of the warrior art, which means essentially...
He's like a different school from you?
No, he's... Wow, how would you put this in Waterdeep terms? If I'm a guardsman, he's captain of the guard.
Oh, so it's a class thing.
Ah, okay.
No, it's more that, like, he is recognized as the best of the warrior art that are not masters. Like Master Dar is above a champion.
Okay, no, I get that, but the red guy who fell on his ass is the best? I'm a little concerned about your temple. Toya is purely saying that to get Vaacin to laugh.
does have a little bit of a giggle at that. Like, look, I won't claim there's not politics in who becomes champion. I wanted it, and then I had to go on a pilgrimage. He was the chromatic Grandmaster's favorite, and he's in charge of the warrior art, so he kind of just got to put whoever he wanted in there.
That's.
And he is a good fighter. Like, I've seen him tear down a building in a fight. He's not to be messed with.
And I mean, I'm not saying I'm gonna go up to him and just chest up. I'm just saying if he throws hands first, I can't be held responsible for what I do. That's all. If you're absolutely confident you won't do anything, then it won't be an issue.
He is sworn not to harm a guest.
Then it won't be an issue.
He's also for the record, he's sworn not to harm an attendant.
Good.
Because you were worried about them, they're not going to be hurt.
Absolutely good, because she will absolutely throw hands first. If that was the case.
I mean, I'm sworn to the same oaths, but I'm a pilgrim at the moment, so it's slightly different. But you get one.
I'm not afraid you're gonna backslap an attendant. This guy's just a walking piece of ass. So
don't say that. I know it's tempting to be an ass to the chromatics, but they try their best. It's not their fault that chromatic dragons are normally evil.
I don't call him an asshole because he's a chromatic. I call him an asshole because he just walked past you, shoulder checked you, and then blamed you for his mistake in the fight. Has nothing to do with his breed.
Waller's leaving the room at this point.
Likewise.
As you go to leave the room, the two attendants that had been in the room return with your various cases and boxes and things from the cart.
Oh, awesome. Presuming one of those things is my chair, Wall's gonna get in his chair and just go outside with the fear, I think.
Like, the important thing is you said it's not gonna happen, so it's a moot point, which is good. Are we allowed to walk around and explore? Because this place is actually really cool. I'm loving the architecture.
I wouldn't go past any of the main gates, and don't go into any of the training pits. Other than that, use your judgment. Don't try to go deeper.
Oh God,
if you see an attendant guarding a door, just don't go in.
Sounds good. Mostly I just kind of want to walk outside and hold Zara's hand and see if I scandalize anybody. Come on, Zara.
Zara follows.
Hold hands. Let's go hold hands and be scandalous.
Everyone's gone. Might as well make him a bed. Face just goes to make his bed.
The attendants leave the piles of boxes as they don't know which goes in which room. The male attendant that had brought your stuff in disappears, but the female remains and just sort of stands. And is there anything further, Master Vaacin?
I don't think so. No. Actually, no. Would you be able to get something small from the kitchens, and then you're dismissed for the night?
Yes,
and get something for yourself as well. Just because we've been traveling all day, and I'm sure that my friends are hungry.
I am sure that
it doesn't need to be anything warm. It can just be cold
will
cut.
Have something prepared. And she leaves.
Thank you. I never used to say thank you before.
Oh, Vaacin.
And
he's growing up. I'm so proud.
on that note, I think we'll call a close to the session.